Okay, this is Gary, vegan carburetor, with breaking news just this morning, Sunday morning, July 8th. Now this may surprise you that all of a sudden 4 of the boys have been rescued from the Thailand Cave, flooded for weeks. Because if you were watching TV last night, you heard nothing about this as the rescue started. And that's one of many things I want to talk about that no one else is talking about. Well, that shows how impromptu this video was. I didn't think to wear my Thailand shirt. Now this just happened, and I was undecided whether to make the video about this for days. But there is enough going on. The protein thing put me over the edge. And I could make an easy video if I try hard enough. Most of my videos are too complex and take too long. Okay, I got a list here of things, of BS. That's what I do here on my channel. I talk about things no one else is, and I uncover problems where no one else sees them. It's weird. I know that some people are seeing some of these problems, but I'm not finding it. So chances are you haven't heard of a lot of this stuff. We'll get to the protein thing later. And also the sexism. No agenda here, just a lot of stuff that may or may not be an issue. You can decide, starting from the top, how did this happen? A whole bunch of kids could die here. And why is that? Well, the flood. Okay, flood waters came in. It's that time of year. But didn't they know? They know in Thailand this time of year. And what's with this cave? It seems like they're 2 miles into a cave in a flood zone. What are they doing down there? See, I have so many questions. I have nothing but questions because the media has dropped the ball on this, and I think they've done it on purpose. They're not talking about this much. They're not saying much of anything. I'm talking over the last week. The coverage, have you noticed this? I found some people on Twitter. It's pretty common. People are criticizing the media here. And I'm talking the whole media. At least TV media. This could be a huge story. So why do you think that they're not covering this story? This is exactly the type of story that CNN likes to make their 24/7 soap opera. Now you could say, oh, because of Trump. Well, we've had enough of Trump. As a matter of fact, over the last week, I went from just getting too angry to now I'm just not watching. I cannot stand to watch the cable news anymore. And it doesn't take 24 hours a day to cover Trump. Now, they're covering many stories. They have all day, and they are avoiding the story. Okay, next thing. I have made comments on the internet in print about this story. My conspiracy theories and such out-of-the-box type of stuff. And of course, I get attacked. One person last night actually called me fake news for mentioning that a Navy SEAL died about 3 or 4 days ago. And I guess he called it fake news because he hadn't heard of it. Well, I pointed out that you may not have heard about it because the news is so sparse about this story. Another thing is, even my community isn't talking about this. Where is the banana cult? You know, the durian rider crew who are living in Thailand. Oh, vegetable police. He's been in Thailand, and I think he went back. Why not make a video about this? There's things to talk about. Like the fact that here we have a bunch of kids who the media is almost ignoring. Do they not care about these particular kids? Why not? Post your comments below. Post your comments. Why don't they care about this boys soccer team? I also just checked YouTuber called Bearing, who does videos about certain politically incorrect topics. I figure he'd cover this. What's glaring about this story to me, because I'm in the know about this kind of stuff, and he's not covering it either. Some people are making excuses for the media, saying like, well, they don't want to cover it much because it looks really bad, like they won't survive. Well, you could have said that about the minor story, or even baby Jessica, or how about a week ago when we had the protester on the Statue of Liberty. She could have fallen. That's why CNN had a tape delay of 10 seconds. Oh, What did I just say a few seconds ago? She could have fallen. She could have fallen. And they covered that story live until she was rescued and beyond. Another excuse here is Thailand has banned the media from the area. May have been just yesterday for the rescue. And that's an excuse. No, it's a bad excuse. They can still cover it. CNN has been known to cover things right from their newsroom if they have to, and pretend they're there and make it seem like they're there, using lots of pictures and graphics. You do what it takes. And you can make a video about the banning too. I can imagine Thailand not wanting the bad press of this and putting these kids in danger. And maybe, you never know if they're covering up something. Like there's something to this story they don't want us to know. Like there's aliens in the cave. It's just something I saw on the internet. Or maybe that they might be lying about certain things. Another thing about coverage here. Oh, there was no news last night. Hardly any. The only network I saw that interrupted their regular programming was MSNBC for a few minutes to say the rescue is underway. That's how I realized that they're not covering this huge story. And some people might say it's because they don't want to depress people when this doesn't work and goes wrong. Well, I was looking for videos on YouTube, and I saw one video that skyrocketed in number of views above all the rest of them. This video caught my eye because it said, see these 4 Navy SEALs dying. You can actually see how they died in this video. And boom, 2 million views. That's what people want to see. They want the most extreme stuff. That's the way it is. People gravitate to the extreme. So that's just no excuse. Baby Jessica, yep. Yeah, I'm getting kind of old. That was around 1989. I remember that night. I watched the whole thing because they interrupted sitcoms for that. Okay, on with the protein issue here. Might as well cover this one. I just heard this morning that the kids in the cave were being given protein gels. All right. There's nothing wrong with that. They're hardly eating, I guess. So sure, they could use some protein.
Protein shakes.
Way more protein. Yeah, obviously. Right.
Don't run out of protein.
Like 75 grams of protein.
It was a protein issue.
Protein, very high in protein, putting a lot of protein-rich ingredients.
Maybe they're feeding them other stuff too, but I just want to say, notice they only mention protein, as if that's the most important thing.
Protein. Protein, of course.
Protein, if I get enough protein.
All about protein and lack of protein.
That's a problem. Protein.
Lieutenant Colonel in the Air Force, who was a doctor, saying that my muscles and my cartilage broke down because of a protein deficiency. Protein. Yeah.
How much protein?
I got 84 grams of protein.
Protein.
Protein?
You can't pit one nutrient over another like that. These kids are going to need just basic energy. And yeah, a lot of people have a misconception that you get energy from protein.
Protein is the source of my strength.
Protein is simply the building blocks of cells. Now, the body has to convert protein to get the energy. It converts it into carbohydrates. These kids also need just carbohydrates, simple carbohydrates, because energy is the most important thing.
But where do you get protein from?
You can go a month without any protein. Matter of fact, when the body isn't eating much or anything, it will conserve protein greatly. It will go into a fasting state where it hardly uses any protein. And they don't need much protein. They're not going to be doing much swimming here. Oh, and when they say on the news that these kids, some of them can't swim, and that's another thing that doesn't make sense. Do they not have swimming in Thailand, a coastal country, where kids don't know how to swim? And of course, there's probably some paleo people and wild diet fools who say they need healthy fats. Look at them, they're wasting away. No, they looked like that before. They're from Thailand, and they're athletes. Okay, I'm wrapping up. I covered a lot of stuff. What do you think about it?